Well guys, we are back with another WRX video for the 2022 Plus WRX. We're going to be installing the Perrin bypass valve or diverter valve, and this is a spring actuated system. So you've got a big spring for higher boost, and then there's a smaller spring which is for more of like a stock level boost. You've got a resistor to plug off the electric diverter valve harness plug, and then you've got some hardware to mount it. This is your diaphragm. There's a little 1/2 inch vacuum line that comes with it, and then the vacuum line itself. So I just went ahead and looked at the instructions manual real quick with the Perrin website, and we're going to get underneath here. We're going to get to work. Before I do so, I've actually had a little bit of oil leak on my car, and I finally figured out the source. It's actually down in this area right here, and I believe what the issue was is I didn't tighten this inlet for the oil air separator, and I think it was leaking right from this right here because it was pretty loose. When I'd push on this it would twist. It's either that or like these two pieces. I remember when I clicked this together, they kind of click together, this plastic piece, and there's like an O-ring in there, so it could be leaking from there. So I might have to take all that apart, but when I did everything I put actual hose clamps in there and they're all tight. So, and you can see my floor, it's got little drips here and there. So I've already went ahead and removed my under tray and a little metal skid plate, and that helps you get access to all this stuff right here. And you can see all the oil that I've had dripping down and kind of dripping down and all over my exhaust manifold and everything. So I'll be glad to get that cleaned up. And originally I was thinking maybe the valve covers or something were leaking, but I checked both sides and I don't see any leaks from anywhere else except for the residual leftover oil, which to me appears to be coming from up here. So myself personally, I'm excited to have a mechanical blow-off valve because the spring will always work, and I'm thinking in the long term it'll be more reliable. I'm also hoping that it's going to produce a little bit extra turbo noises. I think that when that diverter diaphragm actually opens, it'll actually let more boost travel through, because the stock bypass valve, when I take it off, I'll show you, it doesn't open very much. So I'm hoping for some extra turbo noises, and then there's also advantages to where the system will stay closed and actually hold the boost better, which will improve your performance. So it's kind of a double whammy. Before we begin, go ahead and remove your negative terminal to your battery. So I'm going to go ahead and remove, or just kind of move my turbo inlet out of the way. Okay, so with this turbo inlet out of the way, we can easily see the bypass valve. First thing we're going to do is remove the harness. Then you've got 3 number 5 Allen bolts that hold this thing on. And the bypass valve just comes right out. Here's a good look at that area up there. So here's a look at the stock blow-off valve if you guys haven't seen it before. And you can see kind of how it works, how it moves. Not a lot of play. So I'm thinking that this one, well, according to Perrin, it does a better job at holding boost pressure and maximizing turbo efficiency. And then I'm thinking that we'll actually probably, I'm not sure if there's more play or more movement in this, but I would think that it would be able to dump boost quicker too if it needed to. Hopefully make some more sounds, we'll find out. Do not reuse the O-ring from the OEM bypass valve. So as far as assembly, we're going to use this little piston thing. Spring goes here, and then diverter valve hat over the top, kind of in that orientation. Let's go slip it in. Okay, we can go ahead and put this piece up here, the diaphragm and piston. We'll get our thicker spring, and you're going to want to make sure you get all the hardware on evenly. If you guys were thinking about installing the new Perrin diverter valve, I hope this video helps you guys get kind of an up-close look at everything that's involved and what it takes to do it yourself. If you guys like this type of content, make sure you help the channel out and just hit the thumbs up. It makes a huge difference, guys. Let's get back to the video. Okay, you want to put your resistor into the factory plug, and then you want to wrap this with electrical tape all around here to make sure it doesn't fall out, and you just kind of secure it from moisture. I don't have electrical tape, so I'll have to do that later. And then we're going to reconnect our plug onto our wastegate. So the underside is done. We can go ahead and get the turbo inlet back together. Okay, let's get our vacuum line on here. Okay, let's grab our vacuum line from the diverter valve. We'll just set it up here for now. Let's go ahead and remove the accessory belt and the alternator. Okay, so we're going to be working in this area right here, and that's where we're going to install the T-fitting, is right off that vacuum line. So right in here. When you cut it, make sure you leave yourself enough slack. I went a little bit short on this side. I should have cut a little bit more this way because your coupler needs to sit in there. It's going to be a little tight on this inside here. Before you put it on, guys, you want to put a little bit of just a dab of engine oil to help lubricate it as it slides in. Now let's go ahead and slip these fittings in here. Challenging to get in. Be careful with this little 1/4 inch outlet, because if you push on it, it's pretty easy to break it off. Pretty good there. We got our vacuum line. We'll just come right up and over the top. A little dab of oil on that to help it slip on. There we go. Alright guys, the installation is actually not bad at all. I mean, as far as doing this up here, that's about 5 minutes worth of labor, and down below, I don't know, this whole thing's probably less than 30 minutes once you have those off the car. So let's go ahead and get the alternator put back in, and here's a good look at everything for you guys. So everything came together real well. Like I said, I did cut it a little shorter on this side than I should have. I should have been over like another 1/4 inch, but everything works good. It's going to maintain a good seal, and we can get everything put back together. And as far as where I diverted my line, it just comes up here, goes onto my AOS kit from Perrin, which is that guy there, oil air separator, and it runs down right along this here and straight down to the blow valve. I've been noticing I've had a little bit of a coolant leak based off my reservoir, but I can see I need to tighten this hose clamp here. So I didn't do a very good job when I installed the AOS. I had a loose hose clamp here that was causing an oil leak, and I've got a loose hose clamp here that's causing a coolant leak. So I'm going to fix that, and I'll put this back together. Alright guys, we've got everything back together. So all the zip ties are done, got everything retightened, and accessory belt, everything is on correctly. Intercooler piping's back in. If you guys haven't seen the videos on some of the stuff we've done, we've got a Perrin front mount intercooler, we've got a Perrin oil cooler, which is here. We've got their belt cover, their intake, their turbo inlet, oil air separator. So all kinds of fun stuff is done with this car. If this is your first time here visiting the channel, make sure you check out some of the other videos. We've also got a STI VA Brembo 6-piston brake kit that we worked in collaboration with Perrin Performance. So if you guys want to check those videos out, basically the whole idea of my car, I wanted to build a modern generation STI, since STI didn't make one. Even though this isn't, an Impreza WRX, It's just a WRX, so it's not like a true STI based off like the old parameters, but for the VA, I think, or for the VB, I think that this is as close as we can get it. The body's basically stock with an exhaust, and is making 323 to the wheels, 374 foot-pounds of torque to the wheels. So we were lowered. We've got control arms. They're adjustable from Super Pro on the back. Tomei titanium exhaust, which I need to adjust before we lower this thing down because it's been scraping. So belts and everything are looking good. I don't see any coolant leaks. And I'm smelling that oil burning off from below. Hopefully we have no more oil leaks. And it's really nice. A couple days later, I checked my oil leaks and there are no more. So no more dripping oil. It was definitely that little hose clamp up there that was loose. So this is looking nice and no more oil leaks on the garage floor. There we go, nice and snug. So when you guys first start it, let the car run. Make sure you don't have any check engine lights or anything like that. If a check engine light does come up, make sure that you've got the pins from the resistor into the plug correctly. And then also you may need to dismount and remount the blow-off valve or the bypass valve to make sure that it's properly seated and that there's no, malfunctions internally. Different of an induction noise. We also have a stable idle, which is important. Runs just like stock. Any of you guys been able to average 33 miles a gallon? I've got 74 miles on this tank. So I noticed between like little shifts that I don't hear the blow-off valve bleeding boost anymore. And I also feel like, unlike a pool, like it makes a little bit more noises. Not sure if you can pick that up. Okay, I've got my mic in the engine bay here, and we're gonna test it. Between gears, since it doesn't dump boost as much with the stiffer spring, I feel like it's faster between shifts. Do like a quick third, fourth. I feel like it stays in boost. But yeah, I'm happy. Anytime you can go away from electronic and go to mechanical, I'm definitely happy I made the move. Let's head back home. Car definitely is cooling down. So yeah, what are my thoughts? Anytime you can go away from something electronic to something mechanical, in my personal opinion, with owning cars for as long as I have, I think it's more reliable. So it's definitely a good part and a good upgrade. and I'm glad I took the time to do the install video for you guys. Thank you so much to Jeff Perrin and the team over at Perrin Performance for sending me the blow-off valve for the VB WRX to test out on the FA24. So, as far as personally, guys, what have I been up to? I haven't made a video or done anything with the YouTube channel in a long time. I'll show you why. I've just been busy in my personal life. So if any of you guys haven't tuned in a long time, we moved from Seattle to Tucson, Arizona. And this is our backyard out here. I've spent a lot of time building the Costco gazebo. We had a patio poured. I installed some turf with my wife. We laid down 600 square feet of turf. We did it all ourselves. We've been putting in river rock with the irrigation system. So I've just been kind of busy, you know, taking care of my family, and haven't had time to really pursue my automotive passions recently. But I will have a lot more content coming soon. I'm pretty much all wrapped up mostly with the yard. I got to plant some trees and do a little bit more drip line. But other than that, this is kind of what I've been up to. House is a beautiful place. We can chill. Nice place to barbecue, hang out with family, soak up some sun. As you guys can see, it's sunny here pretty much every day. We've got mountains in the back, outdoor lighting, and it's just a cool place. I've got a lot more stuff coming for the R32 GTR. I've got my first official part that I'm going to be launching, and I'll probably wrap up the rest of the Perrin install videos for the parts that I have, because I committed to do those with Jeff and the guys over at Perrin, just to kind of do quick install videos for all the VB community to kind of see what's going on with those. So I'll get that finished up, and then on to the Skyline stuff. My RB26 should be pretty much wrapped up at Intech Racing here in the next couple of weeks. I just chatted with Lawrence, and the head is coming back from Heads Up. So once they get that, then they can, you know, put the head onto the short block, and it'll be a long block and be ready to go. So I should have that soon. So I got to wrap my other stuff up so I can move on to that. Well, I'm going to grab a seat in my R32 GTR seat, finish wrapping up the video editing on this one. I wanted to throw in there, for any of you guys watching The Last of Us series, I cannot believe what happened to Joel this week. It was mind-blowing, and you guys leave me some comments on that. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to episode 4